Welcome to story time with me, Miss Sheila. I hope you're having a wonderful and beautiful day. Today I brought you out to this garden in the city. It's called Maple Lawn Garden, and it's just, right now it's really nothing is blooming because it's fall, but it's still such an incredible garden, and it's actually kind of like a maze as well. So the story I'm going to read to you today is called Jayden's Impossible Garden. So that's why I brought you to this beautiful garden. So let's get into the story. Jayden loved nature. At school, he played outside during recess. On field trips, he pretended to be a scientist, collecting acorns, stones, and twigs. Do you like doing that? Yes? That's good. In Jayden's favorite book, kids played in tree houses or climbed rocks. Whoa! But after school, Jayden had to stay inside. There's no nature here in the middle of the city, Mama said. Oh, that's hard. Jayden knew there was. On his way home, he watched squirrels scrounge for snacks. He listened to the calls of cardinals. He felt fat, furry snowflakes as they fell from the sky and landed on his face. A wheelchair van lured Mr. Curtis onto the sidewalk in front of Jayden's building. Each afternoon, he would inch forward and stop, then look around from the sky to the ground. He closed his eyes and breathed in the cold, fresh air before wheeling in. Jayden wondered if Mr. Curtis wanted to be outside as much as he did. Look at, they even show his breath, because that's how cold it is. Every day, Jayden walked home very slowly, so he would get there just as the wheelchair van pulled up. He opened the building door wide and waited as Mr. Curtis wheeled inside. "Thank you, Jayden," said Mr. Curtis. "What a nice young man. Bravo, Jayden." Mr. Curtis was outside one day as Jayden walked up. "What are you looking at?" Jayden asked. "That crocus. See, right there." "How did it get there?" Jayden asked with awe. "Magic," Mr. Curtis winked. "Spring is here." Jayden smiled, wanting to stay. Then his shoulders slumped. "I have to go inside. Mama says there's nothing to do out here." "My daughter says that too," Mr. Curtis nodded. "But I just want to be out all day. There's always something to do, right? Or explore." "Can I go outside with Mr. Curtis?" Jayden asked Mama. "He loves nature too." "What a kind idea," Mama said. "But Jayden, there's no nature here in the middle of the city." "Oh, there's nature all around us." From then on, Jayden and Mr. Curtis met every day after school. Mr. Curtis told stories of his childhood adventures in Mississippi. Jayden shared facts he found in animal books. Oh, what a nice friendship. They compared nature collections and they searched for anthills. We found one right there in the sidewalk. They built towers from old boxes, stones, and sticks. "This is our secret fort," Jayden said. They planted mystery seeds in old containers. "This is our magical garden," Mr. Curtis said. "Oh, very clever. Good idea." One day, Jayden tried to share the secret. "Mama, here's the magical secret fort garden I made with Mr. Curtis." "These old buckets and boxes," Mama shook her head. "Jayden, honey, I'm glad you and Mr. Curtis are enjoying time together, but there's no nature here in the middle of the city." Oh. So Jayden and Mr. Curtis made a plan. "My daughter didn't understand why I wanted her to bring me an empty coffee can rather than recycling them," Mr. Curtis chuckled. Jayden helped Mr. Curtis decorate the coffee containers. They planted zinnias, marigolds, and other seeds inside them, so making beautiful flowers. "Mama said I couldn't keep trash," Jayden said, smiling, "so I told her I was recycling the milk jug." Mr. Curtis helped Jayden cut holes in the middle of the jug and attach a string to the top, and they filled it with scarlet runner bean seeds. Whoa, what a good idea, using like an old plastic milk container as a garden thing to grow plants. Together they discovered something new each afternoon that summer. While watering the garden, they plucked a caterpillar and put it in a jar. It became the guardian of the fort. Look at the caterpillar in the jar with the leaf. After watching a spider weave its web, Jayden stretched an old basketball net across the top of his tower and not at the bottom. It became a tiny hammock. When flowering greens vines began inching along the laundry line, Mr. Curtis twirled the treadlines toward the tower, and they became a royal rope bridge. Wow! Jayden was almost ready for the last part of his plan, showing Mama the magical secret fort garden. Wow, look at it's coming. It's looking so beautiful. But she would see the garden the way he and Mr. Curtis did. Was there enough nature to show her? Look it! So that basketball net thing, he made this like for a bird, for a nest. That's so sweet. One hot summer evening, the secret got out. She's seen from the windows. Other people are seeing from the windows. Look at that garden does look really nice. They took a lot of time. Did you see those butterflies? Asked Shanice from down the hall. Listen to that cooing. Mr. Williams from upstairs pointing to the mourning dove resting in the royal hammock. Look, everyone rushed to the rope bridge. Look at. Mommy hurried down the stairs toward the small crowd. What's wrong, Jayden? What's wrong? Listen, Mama, Jayden whispered, taking her hand. A hummingbird, Jayden said, pointing. Mr. Curtis nodded. Neighbors smiled. Everyone soaked in the beauty that surrounded them. So where's the hummingbird? Let's find it. Oh, there it is in one of the flowers. It's our magical secret fort garden. Jayden beamed. This time Mama saw what Jayden saw. The magic of nature was all around them, right there in the middle of the city. Wow, that's so cool. And then so the next pages are just different ways to make a magical garden. Isn't that cool? Oh, I so hope you love that story. Until next time with me, Miss Sheila, keep shining your light bright. Bye for now.